my 2005 Subaru STI. And in today's video, we are going to make this thing rear wheel drive, which is a little bit of a hot topic. People are gonna wonder why I'm doing this to a Subaru, but I've got this car that is all wheel drive and my yellow car, which is all wheel drive, and I want something different. We're also, not in this video, but soon making this car into a mini truck. So if you want to see that, make sure to stick around and keep an eye out for that. There are multiple ways to do this, but it should be some fun. Hopefully we can knock it out mostly today. I'm also in the midst of tuning this car, but I think we're most of the way done. I bought this car basically as it sits. It has a EJ20X in it, which is what is in all my Subaru STIs. Light bolt-ons, nothing too crazy, which is kind of the goal with this, to start and see if I like it, and I'm gonna go from there. Hopefully do some extensive modifications. Like I said, we're also doing a mini truck kit on this thing. So it's gonna be a 2-door with like a stainless steel bed, a tailgate, a back window, all that kind of stuff. What do you think, buddy? So we are going to take the 05 STI transmission and rear diff out of this car, and this is a 2012 STI transmission. You can tell by the RTV, this tail housing has been opened before. And I think right here, look at it sitting right here. So that is the center differential out of this transmission. And in place of it, there's what they call a spool that basically bypasses and makes it rear wheel drive. And we're putting that diff in just because this differential is worth a lot more money than that one. So if I wreck that one, if I don't wreck it, I can just sell this one for more. I don't pull just transmissions very often, almost ever, but bell housing, bolts, downpipe, and a few other things is about it in here, and the rest is in the car and underneath, drive shaft, that sort of thing. But let's get rolling on it. Yeah, this thing's pretty clean. She's pretty clean. This thing is clean underneath. Look at this thing. Except the pinch welds are absolutely gone, folded. All right, let's start by draining the fluids. Gonna have to pull the front all apart. I really should have ordered brakes for this thing because it needs brakes badly. Maybe I'll see if I've got some. Yeah, let's just start digging into this thing and see what we find. This trans does have a 4th gear grind, so we're gonna sell that transmission as needing a synchro replacement and use our 2012 transmission. So let's jump into it. Pretty sure this has the blue fluid in the transmission. Let's see. Yeah, I can already see it. Rear diff looks good. That's good. Nothing on the magnet. The magnet looks good there too, so nothing major. Just a synchro, no big deal. It's a cheap part, right? Should come out pretty smoothly. Okay, keep coming. She's out. That was pretty easy. There she is. Go transmission. All right, lunchtime, and then I'm not even gonna pull the rear axles. We're just gonna drop the diff down and separate the axles out of it, and then we're just gonna put the other diff in, put the axles in, and put it back up, and just all done. And then swap some stuff over on the transmission, and then transmission going back in. Let's pull this differential out. Dun, dun, dun. Diffs are done. Rear diff is done. Onto the transmission. Dippy, buddy, is it so warm over there? Before we can put the transmission in, I believe we need to swap cross members. Also, the transmission mount below. We need to do shift linkage. We need to do the clutch fork. And I think that's it. I don't think the wiring is really different. These 0407s have a internal speed sensor that makes I think just your speed, maybe your RPM also. I think just your speed works. And these do not have it. You can see it would go right there. They don't have a gear in there, so even if you put the sensor in there, it's not gonna do anything. So iWire or Spider makes a converter to where you wire into your ABS sensor, translates to the cluster so that your speed works. So we're waiting on that to come in, but we also will be installing that in this video. But let's transfer some stuff over on these transmission and get it in the car. All right, let's set this one to the side. Benjamin, would you run the floor jack for right now? There we go, a little bit more. There's dowels. You see the two, we would never get it in. All right, go ahead and let the floor jack down and see if it falls. All right, ladies. All right, before I put all this together, I'm gonna put the interior together to make sure that all this shifter linkage lines up right and everything feels right, so I don't put it all together and have to redo something. All right, so we're gonna throw this bell housing bolt in, get this snugged up, and then we're gonna make sure we can get this transmission working. You touch me? The clutch fork is pinned in there. Here we go. That was right on camera. That was right on camera too.
My head's don't lie. That's why I said.
Oh, Rob.
What the?
Rob's got a yacht. Okay. Oh. All right, we're gonna throw these wheels on the front. Now that we got our meats on the rear here, let's toss these on. Are both spinning? Perfect. Oh, we're going backwards. Sick. We did something right. All right, we gotta torque the wheels down after lunch, and then we'll set this thing down and see what we're looking at. And then we gotta do the VSS controller. We gotta wire that up. Then she's gotta be close. Of course, we're gonna go test drive it, but see you after lunch.
Perfect.
Let's start this thing up.
Go to bed. Or not. Dibby, you ding dong. You gonna move or no?
Dibby. Oh, this is so weird. I'm so not used to something like this. It's like a soft limiter at 5,000 RPM.
Oh, right over my stop.
All right, it's got like a soft limiter at 5,000 RPM, and I think that's because of the vehicle speed sensor. So I'd guess. So I'm going to wire that up and then see if that fixes it. It was just acting funny, which I didn't change anything engine-wise on this thing from the last time. So what are we smoking? Anyways, there's an old sub wire coming out right there. You can see, so I'll probably come out right there. And then the ABS sensor that I need to hook up to is right here. So it comes with kind of some plug-and-play stuff to hook up right here, and then we have to also wire in to the cluster interface, but we can wire in over by the ECU. I'll show you. I'll read this little paper over here and we'll get it done. Here's the VSS Plus from dccdpro.com. It's a pretty simple wire up. This is what you can plug into onto your ABS sensor. It comes with this jumper, and then this gets wired into these two. It says right here, the 2-wire from the module, the 2 black and red wires. So this one, not the one that's part of the 4 here, gets wired into this. And then red on the 4-wire here, there's green, red, white, and black. Red goes to switch power, green goes to ground, black goes to the ECU or cluster interface, and that's what's going to tell the vehicle speed. And then white is to ECU ground, which I'll have to look exactly what that is, but they give you the connectors and everything. You just need a few tools, and it's not too hard. Let's see if we can get this thing working. Got our VSS wired up, and we're going to see right now if it works or not. It is. Look at that. Oh, my skirt's dragging. Skirt's dragging. We got vehicle speed. We still have the blinking DCCD, of course, which that makes sense because we don't have a center differential that's plugged in anymore. We're going to see if we can shut that off somehow. But I'm going to see if I still have my 5,000 RPM soft limiter, and I'm going to check and see how accurate this is. It seems to be somewhat accurate. They say it's calibrated out of the box, but if you have different size tires, obviously it's off, or you might need to adjust it. So I'm going to check it with the GPS and see if it matches. Hopefully it does, because I don't really want to adjust it. And then we'll see if it fixes that soft limiter. And my speed's about 3 miles per hour off, so I might see if we can adjust it just to get a little bit closer. At 50, it's 3 miles an hour off, so not the best. But my limiter is fixed. I'm going to have Anders jump in, or Ben, and we're going to pop the cover off that thing. And it says there's a little screw you can turn to try and get it to be more accurate. So I'm gonna have them jump in and give that a shot.
Dude, don't look at the cats. They like my car better.
They got that on video.
Cinematic right now. Look at them blue eyes.
or a bunch of neighbors can see me doing a burnout in my driveway. There. Oh yeah, I know that. I'm really surprised.
Why are you videoing me?
I'll take this. It didn't do anything too cool. I wish it would have. I don't have enough room. Like, I need to move forward, and I don't have room to keep moving forward. All right, just like that, we got a rear wheel drive swap Subaru STI. This is a lot of tire for the back of this thing. 265s, and they got good tread too. So yeah, it wasn't too much of a burnout. I don't have room to do a burnout. I should go up the driveway, but I also don't want to go into the garage. So we got a few little burnout marks. Not very hard to do. If you had to pop the tail housing off and put a center diff, the spool in place of the center diff, it would be more difficult, but you don't have to pull the trains to do all that. So it might be easier. Rear wheel drive swapping a Subaru is kind of controversial because it's like you buy a Subaru for the all-wheel drive. That one, when I bought it, was rear wheel drive, which I don't know why, but that's the trains that's in here now. In this car, we are making into a mini truck, so stick around for that. We are waiting on the kit to get here, but this is going to be a little mini truck. It's going to be really interesting. It's going to be pretty out there, but super pumped with how it went. I'm going to finish tuning this thing up next couple of weeks, hopefully, and then hopefully we can go enjoy it a little bit, have some more fun with it, do some more burnouts, all that fun stuff. I hope you enjoyed watching. Let me know what you think of this project and other projects we've done, and make sure you stick around for more stuff. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next video.